All right, ladies and gentlemen, Doncaster Shopping Town Hotel semi-main event, fighting out of the blue corner, Daniel Barber.
Technique, computer ADAT. My lyrical form is clouds on your brainstorm. I get hype, think, thought, flow, acrobat, sync the track, bump the track, dance missions, clubs like pose, react box prohibitions, and hurry war reflects on the dance floor, blowing up, and having mad people showing up.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, Chris the Butcher Harrington.
Don't space, catch the blast of a hype burst. My clock burst, leaving the hearse. I did burst, I come rough, jump like an elephant tusk. Your head rush, fly like Egyptian musk. Aw shit, butane clear, spark the Wixen. However, I mastered a trick. Just like the fuck up.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the semi-main event of the evening. This fight brought to you by DDP Yoga. This ain't your mother's yoga. 5 by 2 minute rounds. Full tie rules. Middleweight division. Your referee in charge, Ignatius Missilides. Firstly, fighting out of the blue corner, trained out of the CKO gym. Wearing blue shorts with white and black. Official weight 72.2 kilograms. He's the former WPMF World Champion. 25 fights, 21 wins. Representing the Central Coast, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Barber! And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, trained out of Hammer's Gym, wearing black shorts with orange, official weight 72.2 kilograms. He's the WMC Victorian Champion and the WKN Australian Champion. An impressive fight record, 18 fights, 17 wins. Representing Ringwood, Chris the Butcher Harrington! Brought to you by DDP Yoga.
I'll explain the rules too. I want you to protect yourselves all the time and obey my commands. Touch gloves, good luck.
Win prizes.
All right.
Johnny Cav, here
Let's
we
go. Ready?
go. Semi-main event of the evening. And what would Warriors Way be without Chris the Butcher Harrington on the card, as we see him take an early step to the canvas. Nonetheless, he's back on his feet straight away.
Yeah, the Butcher,
What's
the
your groin
marquee
area?
fighter
Daniel,
from
what's your groin?
Hammer's Gym with an almost perfect fight record. 17 wins from 18 fights. Chris in the black trunks with orange trim, taking on Daniel Barber, all the way from Central Coast in New South Wales.
Johnny Cav, I can actually remember Chris's very first fight here on Warriors Way, and since then, originally when I was still training at Hammers, originally it was just meant to be, I will give Chris a fight, just give him that bit of experience. One fight turned into two, two turned into four, and now he's a WMC and WKN Australian champion. And, as I said, almost flawless fight record.
Yeah, and I think I've called most of his fights, or definitely all of them here at Warriors Way, and I've just seen him mature from one fight to the other. Very, very humble man outside of the ring as well. But
nice step-up kick-punch combination, and here comes the Butcher. I don't think he was none too happy about getting taken down early on in this round.
Yeah, it definitely seems to have spurred Chris on. So once again, a big thank you to DDP Yoga for getting behind this semi-main event.
Take nothing away though from Daniel Barber, fresh off a win against another one of Victoria's most experienced Muay Thai fighters in Daniel Smirk. He's also got a very impressive fight record, 25 fights for 21 wins and a world title under his belt. So he is not to be taken lightly, but this is definitely going to be a big test for the Butcher, Chris Harrington.
Yeah, nice couple of punch combo from Chris.
Oh, so far this fight is bringing the makings of what it definitely stacked up to be. The Butcher looking to cause some damage early on.
Very much a no-nonsense Chris Harrington is what we're seeing here, Jono.
Nice step-up knee there from the Butcher, followed up by a right push kick. End of round number one. How'd you see that one, Johnny Cav?
Look, definitely the way of Chris Harrington.
Let's go, guy. Clear the corner. Clear the corner.
Round two.
Second round of 5 under full tie rules. Chris the Butcher Harrington in the black trunks, Daniel Barber in the blue.
Early in that first round, Johnny Cav, I think Daniel Barber caught Chris napping a little bit, taking him to the canvas a couple of times, but then Butcher rallied back to maybe take that round almost with a nice tight takedown. But Daniel Barber just a little bit too strong and a little bit too clever to be taken down by that. Excellent display in the grapple here by both boys. Chris really looking for that takedown, but geez, Barber's strong on his feet.
Yeah, look at the way the Barber drills that left knee very high up into almost the armpit of Chris Harrington.
Both of these boys absolutely chiseled for marble, aren't they, Johnny Cav?
Yeah, look, there's no question about the fitness of either fighter. They come into this bout very well prepared. Daniel Barber knows fully well that if he can claim the scalp of Chris Butcher Harrington pretty much on his home turf here at Warriors Way, his ranks here in Victoria will just skyrocket.
Oh, absolutely. Looks such a, such a big fight here for both boys. Both boys, it's such a big scale for each boy, to take tonight. I'm just looking at the right side, the right lower rib cage of Chris Harrington. He's got a couple of band-aids on there. It looks like it's sort of scratched up and almost bleeding a little bit. I wonder what's happening there.
Obviously, an injury coming into this bout, but nothing that will worry the Butcher as Daniel Barber tries to wrap the right shin onto the left ear of Chris Harrington.
Look, so far, this is definitely a great display of Muay Thai fighting. As I said, watch a Warrior's Way without the Butcher, Chris Harrington on the card. Nice push kick there by Daniel Barber, followed up by a right round body kick. Both boys come into a bit of a scrap. Can Chris get the takedown? No, he can't. Jeez, he wants that takedown, doesn't he, Johnny Cav?
He did well to catch that round kick as well, thrown with a lot of speed by Daniel Barber. So more even round that second one on my scorecards.
Mouth guard. Got your mouth guard. Up the corner, guys. Come on. Let's go.
Round 3.
Fight.
Here we go, round 3 between Chris the Butcher Harrington and Daniel Barber down here at Warriors Way 9. This bout proudly brought to us by DDP Yoga. As we see Chris with a nice left hip kick. Once again, catching a leg, he just can't get that kick, but a flying knee. Whose favourite technique is that, Johnny Cav?
The crazy nuts.
And he gets the takedown. He's been working for 3 rounds, but he gets that takedown.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been eyeing up that round kick, and this time he was successful enough to put Daniel Barber on the canvas. But
I tell you what though, Daniel Barber, he looks to be fired up. I don't think he liked that too much, but Chris Butcher Harrington is just starting to come into his own. Kick for kick, spinning back fist, right elbow from Daniel Barber. These boys is action all the way.
Yeah, the boys actually unloading the heavy artillery here in the third round.
I'm just seeing Daniel Barber he's starting to look for those sneaky elbows. He wants that step-up elbow. Chris just might want to keep that guard nice and tight, make sure no elbows and cuts get through.
Nice step-up knee from
push
Daniel Barber.
Push kick to the face, better how's your father? But Butcher's not going to have none of that as he goes to work over in the red corner.
Once again, big driving knees from Daniel Barber. Chris counters knees of his own.
One thing I really like about this Daniel Barber so far, obviously he knows he's up against it with the crowd and the show all in favour of Chris Butcher Harrington, but every time Butcher throws something at him, he rallies back, he gets straight back up, he ain't going to have none of that.
Look at the ease in which Daniel Barber puts that teep almost over the head of Chris Harrington.
He certainly can get that leg up nice and high. I've seen him get that right leg kick, the question mark kick, try to wrap it around the neck of Chris Harrington a few times. As long as Chris, keeps the talk from his corner in mind, listens to what his corner's saying, keeps that guard tight, stick to his game plan, he's going to keep bringing this one home. I'm leaning towards Chris Harrington for that one, but geez, we've got a fight in our hands here, Johnny Cav.
Yeah, very confident return to the blue corner by Daniel Barber.
Let's go, clear the corner, wipe the water.
Round number 4.
Here we go, Johnny Cav, the penultimate round number 4 of our semi-main event here at Warriors Way. Both boys punch for punch, kick for kick. Butcher wanting that takedown again, but scrapping it up here in the neutral corner down at our commentary position.
Two beautiful right hands to open up this 4th round from Chris Harrington.
As you can hear the crowd, they're only here for one person, Johnny Cav.
Yeah, expect that. Remember here at Doncaster Shopping Town Hotel, it's pretty much where Chris Butcher Harrington has made his mark and his reputation.
One thing I noticed towards the end of that 3rd round and in the start of this round, Johnny Cav, is Daniel Barber, he's attacking the rear leg of Chris the Butcher Harrington, something a hard target to do because you've got to get in nice and close to those hands and then throwing in the left dipping body shot to where those band-aids are that I don't know what that is, that wound of Chris Harrington is, but Chris ain't going to have none of that. Jeez, we got a fight on our hands here. Oh, nice counter by Daniel Barber.
He's almost stayed on his feet.
Is that a little bit of a cut I'm seeing on the left side of Daniel Barber's cheekbone there?
Yeah, absolutely. A small cut just under the left eye on the cheekbone of Daniel Barber.
I think there's starting to get a bit of feeling in this bout, Johnny Cap. A bit of how's your father. Oh, the butcher with a nice step through right elbow. Oh, that's why they call him the butcher, Johnny Cap.
Yeah, absolutely. Expecting to absolutely lift now. The body rips come from Chris Harrington.
Oh, nice spinning back fist. The crowd's all here for one person, but Daniel Barber, he's tough as nails. How good is this, Johnny Cap?
Oh, the butcher absolutely doing a demolition job now on Daniel Barber.
Oh, but Barber's not taking a backward step. He's still going to get in there. He's going to get in there, make a fight, still swing. He's got elbows, he's got punches. I think Barber should go back to trying to dip to that left dipping body shot where he was having some success. As we bring it into an action-packed round 4, we're heading to a 5th and final down here at Warriors Way 9.
Once again, he's at all our sponsors here at Warriors Way 9.
Wipe the water. Wipe the water. Let's go, Daniel.
Both fighters touch gloves. This is the 5th and final round.
Well, Jono, here we go, final round. This is the semi-main event, about worthy of main event status on any other card.
Oh, without a doubt. Oh, how about that? Spinning right back into a spinning left elbow. Johnny Cap, you're certainly right there. Without a doubt, this has the makings of a main event on any show. Both these boys really putting on a clinic here and really giving this crowd their money's worth. This fight proudly brought to us by DDP Yoga. I'm sure they're going to be some happy sponsors checking this out. Checking this action out in centre ring.
Well, you can't be disappointed. You know, you put up your hard-earned money to sponsor a bout, and you get fighters of this calibre putting on such a display. It's been an absolute war. How tough is Daniel Barber?
What a barn burner. I was just saying before, Chris catching the leg. Daniel Barber getting creative, which I love. Let's just trying to throw some elbows down at the top of the cranium there.
Chris Harrington, as usual, still cool, calm and collected as Daniel Barber tries an upward elbow of his own.
You know, for both boys, this is a test fight for both boys. Daniel Barber, he's just put his heart and soul on the line here. He knows everything's up against him here tonight. You know, the crowd being on Chris Harrington's home turf. He's throwing that question mark kick. He's swinging right in. Oh, nice downward elbow from Daniel Barber. Creative back kick. Here we go. We're into the last 40 seconds. Who's going to get creative in this 5th and final round?
Yes, good work by Barber. He had Chris Harrington on the back foot there. But the butcher now, once again, on the front foot.
Oh, Chris looking for that spinning elbow. He loves that spinning elbow. About 10 seconds left in this round. Nice double body shot there. Reverse, rear leg kick there from Daniel Barber. They're swinging to the end. This is what I love. This is Muay Thai. This is Warriors Way 9. Swing to the end. Takes him down. Look at Hammer Castanedi in the corner.
Yeah, Chris tries to put Daniel Barber through the rope.
Oh, Johnny Cap, listen to this crowd.
Yeah, what an absolute war.
Well, I might have said it a few times tonight already, Johnny Cap, but I just got a hands down fight of the night.
Yeah, great display from both fighters. As we go to the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a semi-main event we just witnessed. Big round of applause for both fighters. Daniel Barber, the butcher, Chris Harrington. What a war in centre ring. After 5 rounds of full tie rules, we've gone to the judges' scorecards. We have a unanimous points decision. Your winner, red corner,
a convincing victory at the end of the day to the butcher, Chris Harrington. All credit to Daniel Barber. He made the trip down and really took Chris Harrington to task. Great gutsy effort from the boy from the Central Coast.
100%. He took that fight up to Chris, and as I said for both boys, that was a great test, great fight, well matched by the Hammer Mark Castanedi. I would pay good money to see that again anytime.
Stepped up, took on yourself. How are you feeling after the fight? Did it go? Obviously, you go the way you want it to go, but did the plan sort of unfold almost the right way for you?
Oh, yeah, look, to be honest, my fitness could have been a lot better. I think that's where I lacked. when I needed to take it to the next level, I couldn't because I was breathing so heavy. Taking nothing away from Chris. He did what he needed to do to win in the gym and here tonight. Thanks to Hammer for having me on. And just a quick thank you to my sponsors, ASN, Sports Nutrition Australia and Fairtex. Thank you very much, everyone that came to support.
Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Barber. Our victor, Chris the Butcher Harrington. Chris, a great fight record of 19 fights, 18 wins now. Once again, you're just getting more and more dominant. In the 4th round, the word the Butcher came out, you were slicing, you were dicing, you were doing everything you could. Well done, mate. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thanks, man. I knew it was going to be a tough fight because I saw Dan Barber beat our fellow Victorian Danny Smirk a couple of weeks ago on Size Rebellion show. So he made Smirk look second class, no offence to him, but he just totally outworked him. So, and I've sparred with Smirk and he's good, so I knew Dan wasn't going to be a pushover, and that's what I want though. And I knew he'd been living in Thailand for a couple of years, so I knew he'd be tough, walk forward, and he'll eat everything you can give him. So I just wasn't trying to look for a knockout, I was just trying to look to beat him. So just, you know, just do it that way. But yeah, thanks to all the guys who have come out and watched tonight, all the guys in the corner, a few of my very good mates in that corner there, and everyone else in the crowd, thank you very much. All the sponsors, thank you. And big thanks to my family who came tonight as well. And yeah, girlfriend as well. And yeah, but especially to Hammer for always putting in the hours on the pads, and even though he's a cripple, he still holds pads for everyone, so.
Did I hear there's going to be some sort of proposal today, Hammer? Did I hear that? No. It's already happened. Damn.
Yeah, no, sorry, Tess, you've already got a ring. I'm not going to do that tonight. And that's it. So.
You should have.
Yeah, I know. Probably better than what I did. It was pretty average, but I'll tell you about that another time, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, your victor here in the semi-main event, Chris the Butcher Harrington. An amazing fight record.